Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Join with me and my co-host, Joseph.
Yellow.
Jay here.
Your mother.
Wow.
Yes. Ian will be here shortly, maybe in the middle of this episode. Who really knows?
Probably, but we're going to power through the beginning of the news without him until he gets here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys barely acknowledged your mother. Come on.
Mine is a very lovely person, and she listens to this podcast.
Honestly, I'm just trying out. I'm tired of saying what's up. I'm trying a new catchphrase.
Yeah, you got to find a new thing.
There'll be a new one each time.
So the news, the first thing we have to address here is I had reported to the other folks in this room this article that I thought said that Robert Pattinson had dropped out of Batman already. And I was really pissed off that why the fuck would you even sign on if you're going to drop out of it? And then it turns out I was a victim of provocative headlines.
I don't think you're a victim here. You're like every other white dude on the internet.
You
get outraged by a headline.
Yep. And it turns out he dropped out of another indie movie because he's committed to being Batman.
It was a very oddly worded headline.
It was not by accident, I'm certain.
It's funny because when you said that, I literally just decided I was on board for reasons having nothing to do with Robert Pattinson. Have you guys ever seen the clip where Michael Keaton blows the twist to Batman '89 on the David Letterman show?
I just saw it,
yeah. Yeah, me and a buddy were talking about that, and we're like, man, if Robert Pattinson did that, he would be beaten to death.
Yeah, he absolutely would.
I don't know. For some reason, that made me decide I'm going to cut him some slack.
That actually just happened. Tom Holland was on Graham Norton.
Yeah.
He said Tony Stark, that Spider-Man Far From Home is about Spider-Man dealing with the death of Tony Stark, and everyone's like, geez, I don't even get a chance to see the movie nowadays. Like, you're just going to spoil it. The movie's been out for 2 months and made $3 billion. Like,
if you
it's your fault.
Absolutely. I think he's fully in the clear on that one. So joining us now, Ian.
Hey,
welcome,
what's up, guys. Sorry,
glad to see you.
You're looking mighty tan there, Ian.
I know. I was at the beach this week.
Been
You
hitting the
skipping
beach.
the podcast for
Old Beachy, that's what they call you.
Dude.
All right, I'm already in it. Ian's handing it off to me. Yeah. Also, very recent news: Taika Waititi is being tapped to write and direct a Flash Gordon animated series or movie.
I think it's a movie.
Movie.
Yeah, for Fox, which is now owned by Disney.
I feel like Taika Waititi's got a lot of projects in the pipeline here.
Yeah.
He's just signing his name to shit right now. Because he's doing the Akira movie.
Yep, he's doing Akira. He has Jojo Rabbit coming out later this year. Rumor is Thor 4. And he was going to make another one about Michael Jackson's monkey. And that movie is not going to happen.
Oh, man!
That sounds like a thing that he would do.
Kill all those other fucking movies and make that.
Well, I think because of the flack from the documentary, the HBO documentary.
Sure.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be like a dark take, like him witnessing the things and wanting to escape, but
That
he's
would be
just a monkey.
Horrible. But yeah. No, I don't think this movie gets made.
I also don't
How many
think-
Flash Gordon projects have we had since Flash Gordon? At least 9.
Had
The
one.
Gordon movie would not do well.
There's no interest in it.
I mean, I would watch it. You know how they get interest in it? You reuse the Queen soundtrack.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, there was this movie last year called Bohemian Rhapsody.
We haven't talked about it.
We've
yet.
never talked about it.
Is it good?
It won an Academy Award. Several.
Oh shit! I can't. We got to move on. I just wrote down Matrix ? There has been some renewed speculation and rumors floating around that there might be another Matrix project in the work, also involving the Wachowskis. And I also specifically wanted to bring it up because we were talking about it before we started the podcast. We wanted to know if you could remember the song that happens at the end of the Matrix when the credits roll.
I know it's a Rage Against the Machine
Yeah,
song,
that's right.
and
Yeah.
I can't remember what the song was. Maybe it's Calm Like a Bomb?
I really don't remember.
It's just
It's got a lot of fuzz. I
Yeah,
remember
it does.
yeah. I don't feel like I need another Matrix movie. I will watch it if it comes out. I'm okay with the Wachowskis getting work.
I haven't needed 2 of the 3 Matrix movies.
Yeah,
I've gotten,
that's kind of how I feel about it.
I thought they were rebooting it. What happened to the reboot?
Okay, so we don't really know what this is.
Okay.
Zach Penn said he had an idea. He went
Okay.
for the studio, wrote a script apparently. Hadn't heard an update. That was like
Yeah,
a
we've
year
talked
ago.
about this already.
Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a year ago. Rumor that came out like just yesterday is that the script's basically done. The Wachowskis want to come back to direct. It's now a trilogy of movies. Michael B. Jordan has signed on. He's doing it, producing it, and it starts filming in the spring. And so, like,
Is Canoe coming back?
that one, nobody knows that part.
He has to come back.
I mean, he's been doing
it's-
literally everything right now.
To me, it's funny because they initially, when they made it, wanted to get like the hot action black guy star in Will Smith.
Yep.
And now you're getting this generation's Will Smith in Michael B. Jordan.
Right. Except who can act.
Yeah, he's better actor, as we determined last
didn't
week.
Will Smith win an Oscar?
No, he's
got
been nominated.
Okay, I was about to say.
You know,
And yet, no bad actors ever won an Oscar.
never.
And I'm not
I
saying
like Will
this
Smith. He's all
This movie
right.
came out last year called Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I was listening to a movie podcast, and they said it won more Oscars than The Godfather. And then the guy started laughing. He also
That's hilarious.
thinks Bohemian's trash.
I'm down for another Matrix movie. I have a more positive opinion of the Wachowskis than I think you do.
You do? You like Speed Racer? I don't hate Speed Racer.
I
but-
love Speed Racer.
I also fucking love Speed Racer.
No, I'm down for another Matrix. Let's
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
Sure.
it is a franchise that could be
Don't-
universe potential.
I don't want a reboot, though.
No, don't do a reboot.
Yeah.
I don't really think you have to reboot it because reboot is built into the system.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
you know.
I think Canu should
That's
just
what
be
the
like
whole second movie was about.
Right.
he should just be like a computer program.
Yeah.
So all he's doing is ninja shit. You know what I mean? No, like,
Oh,
no
like
blind
he's like
Canu.
merged with the
Yeah,
Matrix.
Yeah.
he's Morpheus, but he's
Definitely
in the
to me,
Matrix.
I mean, we can talk about this on a Matrix episode, but the biggest problem for me with the sequels is that there's not enough Matrix in the Matrix movies. You
Yes.
spend too much time in the not Matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially the third movie. But
Zion.
Yeah, for sure.
what I don't want is him with the fucking bandage over his head, fucking acting like Jesus. Like, that's what we don't need.
It was very Jesus.
It's like, do you get it? Do you? Are you sure?
Look, we're gonna make him up in a cross.
Christ. Anyway,
Literally.
yep. So on the Stephen King train, since he's having a real fucking moment in pop culture, they are going to be. I guess they already started making, or are they in the process of
think-
potentially making the Stand.
They announced some of the cast.
Yep,
Right?
Amber Heard, James Marsden, Whoopi Goldberg, and some other folks.
Look, those are all good people, but
Hang on,
wait, hold
hang on. Those are all.
Is Amber Heard good?
She's okay. She's good in Aquaman, but none of those guys are like, they don't draw you. You know, they're like the guy.
That's
They're
for
like
sure.
they're like
Yeah.
the second name. If this was like a Bonnaroo or Coachella, their name would be like two fonts
that's
sizes
fair.
smaller.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
However, the Rick Dark Tower had Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey.
That's so
They
fucking
would
true.
be on the top, and that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
I didn't
fucking
watch
love
that.
The Stand. It's
I think it's unadaptable, man.
it's very hard to adapt. And also, if they're gonna do it, man, I say redo the third act. The third act is kind of
What is it?
Dude, it's like three different stories.
Yeah.
All in one.
Okay, it's like two different stories and like a big overarching story. It's fucking crazy.
I don't. I want to blow the ending to this book that they're making a movie here on the podcast. But there's like a thing where it's one of those things where the first like third of it is like a plague,
Okay.
and then it turns into society reforming. And man, if you're reading it, Lost gets a lot from it. The two camps on the island are very much the two camps.
Are you saying that J.J. Abrams did not have an original idea?
I mean, I don't even think they're like Damien Lindelof the whole time was like, I'm a Stephen King nut. I'm taking shit from Stephen King.
Yeah.
But then once it gets to that part, there's a thing where you're like, I feel like this thing's going to happen at the end, and surely that's not the ending, and it's totally the ending. So
Yeah, 'cause
Also-
Stephen King has a Stephen King verse. Like, it's all kind of
Yeah.
connected
Well,
through,
and
like, the Man in Black stuff.
Well, so Rick Flag is the thing, the connective
Yeah.
tissue,
Yeah.
and he is a main player
yeah,
in the
okay.
Stand. So he's
Okay.
like the big bad of this and of like the Dark Tower franchise.
yeah,
So,
he's the main.
So he's in
antagonist
this stuff.
of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's like Pennywise, like, all that's connected, right?
I mean, it's connected in that like the town there's like several towns in Maine that he made up, and they're all like interconnected.
Right.
Like it's
Loose.
loose, yeah, like Faulkner's
Yeah, gotcha.
own universe.
All right, well, he's back. Stephen King.
Stephen King is back.
I mean,
They did a TV version of The Stand before, right?
they
Am I-
did, and I liked it when I watched it in high school. I have no idea.
Yeah,
if
it was
it's
like
good
back
now.
in the 90s.
Yeah, it was like Molly Ringwald's comeback. Gary Sinise was in it, so it would have been the mid '90s, I guess, because it
Yeah.
would have been post Forrest Gump. The guy who they got played to play Randall Flagg was like a guy from Law and Order. That
Cool.
was it? Yeah. I liked it at the time, but I don't know if I ever want to revisit it. But I do think it's the kind of shit that like of course they should be making this into a movie. You know?
Yeah. Not a good one.
The Lion King released a new TV spot that I mostly wanted to address because I've just realized it's a bad idea to have Donald Glover and Beyonce singing in the same song.
It exposes
shows the
Donald
difference.
Glover.
I think if you met Donald Glover and he sang for you at a party, you'd be like, man, that guy's got a great voice. But you compare him to a real fucking singer, and it does not hold up at all.
I mean, I'd definitely rather hang out with Donald Glover.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah,
Beyonce
yeah.
seems like she's a bit much. But
Just a tad.
yeah,
I don't know. I think the animals seem weird. I don't know if I'm going to like that movie. They're too realistic.
You're backing up off it now?
Yeah,
You're
they're
seeing
too
more
real.
stuff?
Some of the stuff I'm like, I don't know if I like what they're doing. They're losing some of the cartooniness, I think.
I like that the cartooniness is gone. I'm all about if you're gonna do these things, make them fucking different. Yeah. I don't want them to be a straight rehash of what we've already seen. So go in the opposite direction. One thing that
let Mufasa live.
No.
Wow.
Mufasa lives, Kimba dies. Or Simba.
One thing they're doing in the movie is they're taking like one of the songs from the Broadway production, "He Lives in You," which it's a cool song.
Oh, they're adding it?
Yeah, and I'm glad they're putting it in the movie and stuff like that. There was rumor that they weren't going to do Scar's song. What is it?
Be prepared.
Yeah, but it's on the track list that came out today. I'm just, make it. I think that's the one thing I liked about Jungle Book a lot is like, while felt familiar, also feels like its own completely thing. Like Beauty and the Beast, I got nothing out of the new version of Beauty and the Beast. But at least if you give me something that makes me appreciate this version, and I hope that's what this movie's going to do. I don't know that it will, but
I like your optimism though. I like the plan.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I think we're all probably going to watch it at some point.
I'm pretty much think this podcast is damning me to have to.
That's true.
I definitely would not be on my own.
Do we want to talk about the new Trolls movie? Does anyone know anything about the Trolls movie beside Christian, who has seen it several hundred times?
I've never seen the Trolls movie.
I didn't think so. Christian, what is the Trolls movie about?
So it's actually very dark because the Trolls, this whole concept of the Trolls movie is that there's these two like neighboring civilizations, and one of them only experience happiness when they eat the trolls. So the movie opens up with this holiday where they eat trolls so they can have one day of joy. And the trolls escape. And so then the bad guys are trying to hunt some trolls. That's what the movie.
That's the movie. Is this the one with Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the while they're singing pop songs.
Yeah.
Like
Happy.
Earth, Wind, and Fire and Simon and Garfunkel. It's weird. It's a weird balance of things. Because if you just take the concept on your own, you're like, this is really effing dark. But it's got Anna Kendrick singing happy songs, and so you buy it. Look, it's pretty funny. It's clever. There were worse animated movies DreamWorks has made.
Definitely.
Shark Tale.
Yeah.
So I'm not in any way excited for a second one, but fine. They're going to give it to me.
And you're going to have to see it.
I'm going to probably have to see it.
I will say that I was hanging out with my brothers this weekend, and I didn't know they listen to the podcast as much as they do. Shout out, guys. But they were like, hey, so why do they hate Shark Tale so much? I'm like, what do you mean? 'Cause I didn't listen. And they're like, Will Smith's best episode ever. I'm like, they don't like Shark Tale? They're like, no. I'm like, that's what the Robert De Niro Gangster Sharks, right?
Yes.
Dude, that movie's
that
good.
was the same movie.
Yeah, that movie's
I've never
good.
actually seen it.
I was like, if I would have been there, I would have died on that hill.
Of course you would have. That's
why we need you here.
keep it going.
I love it. Just prediction. Is Trolls 2 better or worse than Transformers?
Worse than Transformers.
Good to know.
There won't be a better song than Happy attached to it. Because that was Trolls 1, right?
No.
That's Pharrell.
No, it was the Justin Timberlake song.
Yeah.
Can't fight the feeling or can't
that's
stop the
what it was.
feeling. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a good song though.
Yeah.
Bad Super Bowl performance, but good song.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg is apparently adapting a West Side Story for a new movie starring Ansel Elgort, everyone's favorite
Baby Driver.
chinless male lead that they want to make a thing.
Yep. Very tall and lanky.
Yep.
Not in any way.
But just no jawline.
No.
Who's the female lead?
I don't know yet.
I don't really recognize a lot of the cast list in
Yeah.
this movie, as far as I know. But,
Yeah. I like Ansel Elgort. I want him to be a thing.
Joseph and I were just having this conversation. He does not want him to be a thing.
I do not want him to be a thing.
I like Baby Driver.
That's the thing, but does he add anything to Baby Driver?
He does kind of have a point to this.
No, he
like
doesn't
Alden
really.
Ehrenreich could be the exact same person in that.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
They're
I
the
don't hate
same
him like I
people
hate
to me.
Nicholas
And
Hoult,
they
you
both
know?
have hard to say names that
Yeah.
are made up.
As far as this movie goes, I think Steven Spielberg no longer realizes what makes Steven Spielberg cool. Like, he just has no clue what that is.
I mean, I think it's just too late to be Steven Spielberg and cool.
I think if Steven Spielberg was still Steven Spielberg, he'd be real fucking cool. But
I don't know. I'm really excited for this movie. I like West Side Story.
I mean, I'm a sucker for musicals. I'm gonna see this and enjoy
I
it.
have a feeling this is gonna, pull on some heartstrings and return to that like directorial best director winning Steven Spielberg. I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say he casts as unknown as Maria. It's some lady named Rachel Ziegler who's never been anything before.
Oh,
so
see?
that's a step out there for him. I don't know. He's hit or miss lately. Like The Post is a good movie,
Yeah.
but
I would say he's hit or miss since like the fucking late 90s.
Yeah,
It's not just late.
I have a serious distaste for Ready Player One, as you guys know.
I like Ready.
See, I thought that one
I
was
keep
okay.
forgetting that was Steven fucking Spielberg.
I know.
That's a weird when I think about that. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Anyway,
Maria.
Pixar announced some early hype for a movie, their future project they're making
Oh,
called
yeah.
Soul.
That sounds good.
Do we know anything about this?
It starts in New York City, I believe, and it's gonna go through a journey through the universe, trying to answer life's most important questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
It sounded
that's
like
it.
kind of sounded like Inside Out to me, but then
It does,
Sounds
yeah.
very Inside Out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like their original movies 99% of the time, so like they still have my confidence, kind of like Marvel.
Right.
Yeah.
Until they kind of let me down, and that sounds like one of the ones they're proud of if they're announcing it this early.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
way
for sure.
early.
So they have confidence.
Yeah, no, I again, exactly everything you said.
Yeah.
The original movies are good. It reminds me of Inside Out, which may be the best one they've had in the
Yep.
the last 5 to 10 years. I'm excited for it.
I think Inside Out's their last sequel. I mean, they need new ideas. They've milked all the sequels you can get now. Other than Inside Out 2, I don't know what else you do a sequel to now.
I don't even need an Inside Out 2 though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do one more out of that
Yeah.
though. I think with her, little girl, a little older, but yeah, I think they need some new stuff to hit. So Onward is one, right?
Yeah, we have Onward and then Soul, and they don't normally announce farther out than a year.
no,
and a half
so
or
I
2
agree.
years.
I think that's a good sign that they
Yeah.
feel like this is a project that's worth you paying attention
Yep.
to.
Yep.
I didn't even know The Good Dinosaur came out when The Good Dinosaur came out.
Yep.
It opened real small.
Yeah.
I didn't really
I
understand.
think it's one of their lowest grossing.
Yeah,
I think I think they knew they had a loser with that one
Yeah.
because they didn't promote it.
they
You're
buried
right.
it.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
they didn't.
absolutely. And the last thing I wanted to talk about here, and it's not because it's particularly pertinent to anyone's life, but just because it seems like a weird time for it. Marvel has announced a new Spider-Man miniseries comic to be written by J.J. Abrams and his
A
son.
lot of JJ this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of J.J. It just seems, again, we talked about this on our thread when it happened, but it does seem like a weird time to be really extolling the father-son nepotism of Hollywood.
Yep.
In-
100%.
Did you guys talk about the uproar over the tweet countdown?
Well, we talked about the countdown.
That's the other reason I wanted to put this in here.
'Cause
Okay.
we speculated what it could have been.
Who
and we
starts
were
a
wrong.
countdown with 4 unless you mean it to mean something?
Absolutely.
Right.
It's, Countdown's 3 or 5.
So
Maybe
to
10.
be clear, this is the actual news where we had suspected it might be a continuation comic from Spider-Man 4, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man
Yep.
4.
Because Sam Raimi had done an interview at around the same time, and Alex Ross was tweeting some images, and it all seemed like things that were going together, which turns out they were actually completely unrelated.
Why don't they make that though? I mean, they have the rights, and it'd be easy to whoop up. And there's obviously
Because apparently J.J. Abrams' son needs a job.
like I just don't get. Whether I thought it was maybe a Fantastic Four crossover, but it just makes no sense the
Well,
way they did that. It's almost like they changed course at the last
It
minute.
is so strange. I didn't even think about that, but it is so strange that they started at 4.
Why? It makes no sense.
Well, I mean, my big worry with it is J.J. Abrams' buddy Damian Lindelof wrote a comic once too. It was called Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine, and it took I think 3 years to complete 4 issues.
Wow.
So I don't really feel like J.J. Abrams is a less busy guy than that. So I got a feeling we'll get 1 issue. It'll get huge fucking sales, and then it'll be 8 months before there's a second issue.
They're bringing back MJ, introducing a new villain. It's supposed to feel like, I don't know, I guess a classic
Right.
Spider-Man comic. JJ never written a comic before in his life. Tell you he's never even really read comics before. So
Why is his son worthy of a countdown?
because his last name is Abrams, and he's a rich
Crazy.
white kid.
That is
in a-
crazy.
we hand them things.
It's like they're setting that kid up to fail because you know that's
Absolutely,
going to piss the
yeah,
internet
yeah.
off. You know?
Did they say who was on art on it?
they did. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm just going to guess. It's
That's
one of the
your
Cooper
job.
brothers. I know.
You're the
I
art
know.
guy.
Yeah. I mean, I was so disinterested in this when it hurt it, and I like J.J. Abrams a lot more than the rest of the table here. But when I heard that, I just thought back to Ultimate Hulk versus Wolverine, and in general, in the early '80s, Marvel was really into bringing in celebrity writers, and it was always just delays killed interest. You know, there was a Kevin Smith miniseries that the first issue came out, and I don't know if the second issue has ever came out.
Yeah.
It's still in the wings. But that's it for this week. That was actually a lot, and we did so good on our time. I'm so proud of us. So join us a little later this week where we are going to be, as promised, deliver our manly man's guide to rom-coms, where we will go through the best of the genre and deliver why it might be a little underrated. So join us a little bit later this week for that. In the meantime, thank you guys for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies and on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans Short and Brian Velasquez for our theme. See you guys later.
Later.